Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to my channel Nifty Se Aage. Friends, in this particular video, I am going to talk to you about the narration which is being shown to you and the narration which is going on behind the curtains. This video is going to be slightly long, but I would suggest if you see the video completely, then you will be able to understand the logic behind what I am trying to tell you. Friends, the markets made a short-term bottom near 16,700 in March, and since then the market have crossed 18,400, and now for the past few weeks the market are in a tight range, not generally going up, not generally coming down, and all these 6-7 weeks the sellers have made money, buyers have not made money, whether call buyers or put buyers, nobody has made money. Now friends, what next? So the purpose of making this video today on 10th of June is because now a time is coming where in short term and medium term you may see a correction in the market. You people must be wondering, at a time when everybody is talking about all-time high, maybe 20,000, 25,000, and Nifty, this man is talking about correction. Yes friends, in the market the narratives which are shown to you, sometimes there are different things going on behind the curtains. I would give you logic of each of them and then try to explain to you how things may fan for the Indian market in the short, medium and long term. Before we start discussing that, let us go back to 2022, the year when IMF and World Bank predicted that the way interest rates were being hiked in US for taming inflation, US markets may go into recession in 2023. A similar hike was also being done by the conservative European Central Bank, again for the purpose of taming inflation. So a prediction was made that Eurozone might also get into recession in 2023. Now today on 10th of June, we already have few countries of Eurozone who have slipped into recession, like Germany, Ireland and some countries, and on the other hand countries like England and France are on the verge of getting into recession. Growth has slowed down in the Eurozone, and most probably in very near term Eurozone will be completely in recession. Now talking of the next country, which is next large economy, which is United States of America, again 2-3 days back jobless claim data had come, and it was suggesting that jobless claims have gone up higher than the estimate of the market. But friends, now what is the narrative behind the scenes? The hike in jobless claims have come only from 2 states. All other states are still showing robust job opportunities, and inflation is still far higher than the comfort level of Fed Reserve. Now Fed Reserve is on a mission where it wants to bring the inflation back to 2%. It is right now a pipe dream for Fed to do that, and so they might still not go by the jobless claim data, which is again representative of 2 states only. Other states are still showing robust job opportunities, and demand. The US Fed may still want to hike prices in June. The meeting of Fed is going to happen on 13th and 14th. And if they go for another hike, then friends, US market will start slipping into, US as a country would start slipping into recession very soon. Now, another reason why US will slip into recession is because of the high interest rate. There is a housing bubble which is getting ready to burst. You would not see that narrative very much in the market right now. You must be wondering why this narrative is not there so much in the market. The reason is because the large players continue to keep the market up and sideways. For you to get frustrated as a retail investor, get full FOMO, and you start investing in the market at higher levels, they would pass on their shares, stocks to you, and then you will see the fall and you will get trapped. Now, when the IMF and World Bank were talking about recession last year, they had overlooked one aspect of recession, which was about a country called China. China was fighting with COVID, and once they opened up, IMF and World Bank expected China to recover well and contribute to the world's GDP, which itself World Bank had forecasted to be only 1.7%. But now the biggest difficulty or danger which has come is from China only. China retail sales have gone down to 0.2% growth only, and stagflation is catching up fast in China. China has very big stake in exports to all developed nations and developing nations. Now all the developed nations, if they slip into recession, the demand is going to go down. It's already going down, it will go further down, and hence China would also start showing negative growth and might slip into recession, which is something which IMF or World Bank had not expected last year. Neither had they told in their documents. Now, if China slips into recession and the larger economies are already slipping into recession, in that case, as a connected world, what would happen to our economy? I am sure you must be wondering what will happen to Indian markets when all this is happening in the world. Friends, it's a connected world. We cannot be aloof to what is happening in the world. So obviously, we will also face the heat. Our markets will also face the heat. If you see India's GDP from 2015, we were growing at the rate of around 9.2 to 9.5%, and from there we have been continuously declining. If you even leave out the COVID period of 2019-20, we are still declining, and our current GDP estimate is 7 to 7.2%. And for the coming year, the projection of GDP is 5.5 to 6%, which means we are looking at a figure which is 1 to 1.5% lower in the coming financial year, which means our GDP will also get a hit. Now, it is majorly dependent on how much of risk China will bring to the table for the world. It depends on that as to how the world markets will behave and Indian market will behave. We might even have a more deeper correction if China risk gets bigger. Now we have discussed the logic behind what is cooking in the background and not really being set as a narrative can actually come to haunt you very soon, and once it comes to haunt you, you may not get the time to come out. Friends, if you have portfolio, you should be looking at booking your reasonable profits. If you have nifty Bs, you should look at booking profits. If you are an option buyer, then please remember the psychology which is being created in the last 6 to 7 weeks is that now the markets cannot fall, the markets are going to only rise. You are being told on different channels and different platforms that the market will soon make a new high and then it will go to 20,000, 25,000, etc. etc. But friends, believe me, in the short term, the market is right now in a tight range with a bearish undertone. Things which are developing in the background, Russia-Ukraine war is far from solved. It is still going on. It is entering a critical phase. Nobody is talking about it. There are many other geopolitical situations which are going to come up. There is going to be a food uncertainty in the world, including our country also. So there are many things which are lurking in the background which are not being discussed by people in the general forum. All this is now going to lead to a situation where suddenly you might see a fall. When the fall comes, in the past 6-7 weeks you have seen whenever the fall comes, the market recovers in a bigger way on the next day. So that psychology is already ingrained in your mind. So now whatever you have earned in the market from the levels of 16,700 in March to the levels today, if you keep averaging as the market goes down, you might actually lose out whatever you have gained in this bull market. So when the market starts sliding, you should refrain from buying calls if you are an option buyer. If you are an option seller, you should refrain from selling puts. Even if you sell, you should have strict stop loss so that if it gets triggered, you come out of it. Otherwise, friends, I can tell you, the market will not give you chance to come out. If you have a rich portfolio, you must very clearly look at booking profit for shares which are doing extremely well. If you are in Nifty Bs, you should look at booking your profits in most of your holdings. You will get a chance to buy Nifty Bs at a lower price. Now, as the world grapples with recession, inflation, stagflation, mainly inflation, when it starts coming down dangerously low, it can become stagflation and it can actually lead to negative growth, which is what may hit you very soon, sooner than maybe you realize. So, in the short term, I guess Nifty should lose more than 1000 points suddenly, and critical levels where Nifty might spend some time while going down are 16,700 to 16,950. If at all it stops at those points, it may spend some time, but you must clearly observe whether the market is rebounding from there, because I have a feeling that further down the road in the short term the market may go down further and slip into a bear market. Now in the medium term, for maybe next 15-17 months, we might be in a bear market where the market may slowly make lower lows, and somewhere in 2024 second half or 2025 early to 2025 we might make a bottom in the market. As and when it comes, or as and when it approaches the bottom, I cannot tell you the exact bottom, nobody can tell, but at least when it shows signs of reaching a bottom, I will make one video at that point in time. There, if you invest in the Indian market around 2025, then you may see good golden decade of bull market. By 2035, I feel India should be third largest economy. We should be far ahead of many countries, and by 2032 we should also become a 10 trillion economy. It is very much possible, friends, but between the 10 trillion economy and today, there lies a phase where you may see a sharp decline. No immediate recovery. It might take time. Let the Nifty take its own time while going down. Look at where it starts forming bottoms, and then judiciously and wisely invest in the market to get excellent returns for one decade. I'm sure, friends, with all the logic which I have given you, you must have got a reasonable idea that what is being shown to you and what is behind the curtains is very clear to you now. So please be very cautious about what you are doing in the market and look at opportunities wherein you can invest for long term, but that time is still few months far off. Presently, you must be cautious about the market giving you a good correction. Upside is very limited, downside is open. So that should be your priority. And friends, I hope this video helps you in making your decisions, understanding the right thing, understanding the narrative which is known by large players and which may suddenly hit you. You will be able to take your decision more wisely. My request to you is, if you like the video, you should also comment in the comment box about what you feel about my narration and logic. You may have a different opinion. I welcome everybody's opinion. Markets are supreme. I don't think anybody can predict the markets 100%, but you can understand the trend and understand the narrative. If you understand it early, you are bound to benefit. In the end, friends, very important disclaimer. It is important for you. This is not a buy sell call. I am not telling you to take any action. It is purely for educational purpose that I am making this video, to make you aware and well informed. You must contact your financial advisors to take your critical financial decisions. But if you share my videos with your friends, it will be able to help them get a good perspective of the short, medium and long term of our market. In the end, friends, like the video. If you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. If you want my paid services, you can WhatsApp me on 90739 15315, wherein I give you an outlook on every week for option sellers as well as option buyers. You can join my group for a nominal fee contact me on the WhatsApp 90739 In the end, I wish you good luck, and I feel in the coming time you will take wise decisions to help preserve your capital. Thank you very much, friends. Goodbye.